Hello again, this is Jeremy Arney from the Canadian Action Party, their interim leader, and I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about trade. Trade also involves manufacturing, and that is something we don't do anymore. By the way, right behind me, over my shoulder probably, you will see a waterway. It's called the Gorge in Victoria. Back in the days of the gold rush, this was a thriving industrial centre. Not this particular part, this is where the wealthy people lived, but further down behind, over my shoulder, there was the port, inner port of Victoria. And all the ships heading up to Alaska would stop in there to refurbish, get more food on board, and get picks and axe and shovels, and all the things they thought they would need up there that weren't available in Alaska. We were an exporting town and a shipping town. So that brings me, I just act that as a point. One of the exporting, importing, trading deals is that you must be able to make something. We used to make lots of things. We used to make, well, I suppose we still do. We make Bombardier planes, but there's not very many of them go out anymore. We used to make all kinds of things. All manner of tractors, cars, plows, axes, hammers, wood products. We used to make clothes. Montreal was famous for making clothes. What happens now? We're really down to a resource-based economy. I mean, let's be honest about it. We're a sort of subsidiary of the United States and their petrodollar aims. We have bitumen coming out of a disastrous place up in northern Alberta, the Alberta tar sands, which should never have allowed to be in the first place. We have LNG plants and their fracking going on all over, but mostly now in northern BC. They want to frack like crazy to export to China and Asia, with no regard to the amount of water that's going to be used to do this fracking. We have potash, which is a good deal. Potash is okay. We're digging it up and we're shipping it out, and that's fine because it's needed as a raw product all over the world. Uranium, yeah, we're digging up uranium for what? Uranium-enriched weapons? Not such a good idea. We're poisoning the atmosphere. Even the intellectual rights to companies have disappeared. For instance, I'm thinking of the cat plant that the government invested millions of dollars in to get it up to scratch and to get CAT to agree that they would do this and they would do that and they would employ Canadians, and within months of the agreement they just shut down the plant, fired all the employees, moved the whole place down south and took our rights with them, took our industrial rights, property rights with them. What? Not only did we waste a whole bunch of money, but we got rid of a manufacturing process. Manufacturing is essential if you're going to be a trading nation. There's no way around it. You can't just rely on wheat and oil and bitumen in raw form. It doesn't work like that. We need to get involved in deals whereby we're actually selling and trading manufactured products. Here in BC, we have a few sawmills left. Only a few, those that haven't burned up or been shut down, because we don't produce anything. We don't even produce lumber anymore. The American housing market took a tumble in 2008, 2009. They weren't buying our lumber. So did we export finished lumber to Asia? No, we shipped them raw logs. So one by one, the sawmills closed down. More Canadians out of work. More product not going where it should go. It's all, this trading business is not as simple as just saying, oh, well, we'll swap a marble for another colored marble. It's not that easy. You've got to have the marbles in the first place. And if somebody doesn't want a marble, what are they going to give you for it? Absolutely nothing. So we need to get back to the point where we're using the Bank of Canada to re-establish our manufacturing of Canadian products in Canada, made of Canadian resources. We talked about this before in our policy on natural resources. Nothing should leave the country without it being established, processed, refined, and finished product from our natural resources right here in Canada, using Canadians, using Canadian people, using Canadian labour, using Canadian railroads, transportation, whatever you want, but be Canadian. So it's up to us. We can either say, okay, well, let the rest of the world come in and buy us up and do whatever they want and shut down our manufacturing, and we'll trade in banking and mining, which is yet another subject. Or we can actually say, hang on a second here, we want to be people who are respected in the world for what we can give, what we can do, and what we have, and what we're willing to trade. This choice is ours. We'll never get it with this government. So in 2015, I keep pushing this, but in 2015, please get out and vote. And don't vote for a party that's going to be just another Harper in a smaller version. Don't vote for a party which is going to whip its MPs into doing what they want it to do. Vote for a party such as the Canadian Action Party, who will allow your MP to do what you want him to do, not what we tell him to do, because we don't plan to tell any MP how to act, what to say, what to do, other than pay attention to you. So think about it, please. Thank you.